What's the deal? How's everyone doing? How is everybody? This is interesting. We might tap 2653.2 here and start coming back up, but I was looking at this closure here, and the issue is very small top wick, and the 4-hour might reflip bearish here. Look at that. The previous 4 hours closed bearish, right? To close out the markets on Friday. So looks like a 4-hour flip from this side. We did have a strong bearish daily at a resistance, but that doesn't mean we're coming down, right? We had a push up above the range, so we might range for today. If we do break down, I mean, we'll look at it at a smaller time frame, but on the daily, the overall bias for the daily is bearish. Surviving. I made it through another weekend. The assassins failed again. Try to get us. There we go. I want to see the most decent areas. I think this is going to change here. Yeah. Yeah, if we break down here, we get any kind of closure, anything. Right, we get any kind of closure below this area. It's gonna drop here to the next support. It broke the low. It closed below the lows here. All right, came back up. And the fake out will be once it closes back down. So if it's able to do that, we will probably look for sells the rest of the evening. If it kind of stays at this area, ranges, it could still break up here. Excuse me. Stays above there, it could still break up here, and there's a lot of range. This is clean range to the left here. All right, this is very clean. So the same way it came down, that's how it'll come up if we start hitting up here. Right? It might be a drive with a few pauses in between, right? But if we start coming up here, we're, you know, clean range all the way through here. The key will be to recognize the volume push and get on that. Right, back in previous years, we would get a closure here, a bearish closure, right? And then once the top wick is made, right, we would probably look for a sell on the flip. But I don't do that anymore because there's so many. This is not like a 90-10 trade anymore for me. From what I've noticed, this is not like a, you know, even an 80-20 trade. This is more like a 65-35 type of trade, because pretty often it'll bounce off the smaller time frame, the 5, somewhere like this, right? And you're gonna get like 2-3 pips, and then boom, it breaks up back above here. And yeah, eventually it'll probably come down, retest the lows in the higher time frame, but you know, that could be after 500 pips of drawdown, which isn't worth it. So that's why it's very rarely that I'll take an onion position. I don't remember even the last time I took an onion, or a celery play for that matter. Because the celery plays lately, what happens is we're in a position before the celery even happens. I see you, YouTube. What's going on, everybody? People at the Zoom door, come on in. Come on in, come on in. Sorry. Stick around tonight on Zoom. We'll give away another 25K. Just looking to see what we're mirroring here. What areas we need to tap. Right, so where we came up here. Right, come up here, down here, tap this area across the board for where it came up from. That's where it came down to. After it came back up here, what area do we end up with if we were mirroring this down? Right, possible area of rejection here, and then a drive down. Now if it doesn't reject here, like I said earlier, there's a possibility we range here for a bit, but we're gonna need to, this is gonna be a decision making area. Are we gonna mirror this drive up, or are we gonna mirror this push down? It's gonna do one of those two. Right. Once we start pushing up, look, last time he closed above there. Wick to this area. And the market started driving. So you would probably wait for the market to do something similar. If it's giving us indications coming up, you're gonna wait for the market to close like this. Wick to this area. Right. And if this happens, we will take an entry on the wick as soon as we come down to here to start coming up, because that's where price historically has come up from, right there, that wick. Bounce, drive up. All right, and this would fall in line with previous resistances that can now turn into a support. So I think this would be a better. This would be a better area to mark off. So in the last hour, it's come up 100 pips. Some volume. Oh, people at the Zoom door. More people. My apologies. Yes. Thank you, Jay. Okay, what we want to see. We would like to see this. Ideally, we see this 30 close. Ideally, even the hourly, because previous hourly had no top wick, and this one's kind of blasted through here. Or we want to see a 15 to 30 closure with a really heavy push up and a pullback, leaving us a top wick to fill, and maybe to the top of the range, 65 here. Hi, young lady.
I still have the iPad, but I want to play on it more.
I know, but you guys have to share. Go turn on a cartoon. Go. You gonna argue with her? It's her iPad. Alright, alright. Well, you shouldn't have broke your phone. Alright, hold on a second. The 15 closed here. Kind of an ugly closure. Hold on. I'm sorry, kiddo. Give me 1 sec. Okay, let this push through first, and then we will look for a position. I want to see some kind of pullback, but still a closure above the range. Give me 1 second, chat. Hold on. Alejandro. Welcome, Alejandro. Alejandro. Okay, let's see. Hold on. This is the area we spoke about. Never came back up here. Yeah, let this push through. Let this Sorry, let's take this, let this push up. Let's see what happens. I'm fine with it pushing up as long as it pulls back for us and leaves us some range to fill. Right, so you can start planning out the 30, which is also the 15 closure. Right, hard to take an entry now because you want to pull back happening twice. You want one to pull back on this candle, leave a top wick, and you want to pull back on the next candle to grab a bottom wick, which was in itself would be a range, right? The top of this wick, the bottom of the next candle wick would be a range. So you're trying to be on the bottom of that range. So this would be our best entry at this moment, what it looks like. Because previously, historically, this is where the wick tap came up. Sometimes it's a level, sometimes it's a wick. I'm so much more comfortable looking at it like this for some reason. Like, I'm really okay with sells here. Like, this, I'm less comfortable with. I don't know why. I don't know what it is that I enjoy sells more. Oh, 6 minutes left here. This 15, the 30. I didn't want this to pull back this far now because it can come down here, tap this area, and then come up before the next candle. At which point we could see the 15 flip, right? And we've seen this before, right here. Almost that level. Yeah, I think we're gonna wait on this closure, just to be sure. I don't know, man, because looking at it like this, yeah, no, because then, right, the previous candle doesn't have a bottom wick. You're kind of, yeah, I wouldn't be in the sells there at this moment yet. Four and a half minutes for this 30. So here we go. It tapped that area. From here, it could just jump right back up. But the issue is this could also be a 15 flip as the previous one doesn't have a top wick. So maybe there was no range and this area now becomes the stronger area at 26.61. Gotta wait here. Yeah, childish. This is only 6 pips. This is how we look at it. This isn't bad because look at the 30. It's a strong 30. Just let's get that closure above. All right, if it pushes up right back above resistance, we're gonna look for entry at these areas, at these white lines here on the screen. 26, 58, 57, 56. They're not spaced evenly. They're not supposed to be. We're not, you know, not really doing, what is it called? What's the word for it? Fuck, I forgot the word. Oh well, next topic. Anyway, folks. Back in the 1900s, we didn't have these fancy words. And okay, folks, just, oh, look, a kitty. Yeah, that guy's throwing so many forks in the road. He's just putting sticks right through our wheels. Right? The shit with the wall, they're selling the wall iron that was bought at like $1,000 a piece. They're selling it for like a penny a piece. Papa T was like, what are you doing? It's gonna get built anyway. You're just wasting American taxpayers' money. As you can see, we don't really have transitional material. We're all right, you know, right now we're on the topic of the wall. 30 closed here. This is a good closure. I don't know how we want to look at it like this. This is it's a good closure. But it closed right at it, right? And the previous hourly, no top wick. Man. Let's see, we get a bottom wick down to here. We'll take it. 26.57. It tapped our area on the dot. My issue is this closure. How we closed just now. And the flip is only, yeah, the flip is only 5 pips, 5.5 pips. But it tapped our area on the dot right there. The difference between here and here is this one actually closed above, right? And then drove. This one did not. Yeah, we're gonna need a gladiator candle. We're gonna need a candle that breaks us above 26.59. This might be it. We shall see. Wow. But even if this flips bearish, does it drive bearish, or will the next candle come up and make a top wick? Highly likely it'll come up and make a top wick. If we could get an entry down here, that might be it. Right, because if this was to close bearish at the end of the candle in 20 minutes here, I don't see it doing much more than this. Right, this is what the candle will look like, which means we most likely make a bottom wick. If we make a bottom wick first, and this whole shit up here, this whole thing up here is range, so we could end up looking like this. Right, as possibly the next 4-hour top wick to then eventually, you know, come back down. Whoops. But it's going to make another decision at that. You'll have time for the market to make another decision at resistance, right? Whether it comes up or down. Didn't quite get here. See us looking at this wick here to the left. Yeah, if you guys got comments or questions, your mics are open, your cams are open. You're free to pop up. No, I'm streaming. What do you mean? Nothing changes for me. I'm streaming. I'm focused on myself, staying in my own lane. But I'm gonna trade New York. Like, I've been killing it. We're at 60 straight wins, dog. Yeah, I'm not looking at it that way. I'm just trying to get it to 61. Nice, nice. I saw you started your streaming really well. You won like the first 10 or something like that. Wow. That sounds like shit I used to wish for when I started trading. I used to wish I could get to that level. And Yeah, when I started trading, the first person that taught me what a fib was and what a trend line, he was like, "Look, man, I did the math. I did the math. 30 pips a day for the next 3 years." I was like, "All right, bro." And he would just not stop trading until he would get 30 pips. He would sit there, I don't know, as long as it needed. The crazy thing is, though, I've never seen him trade live. Always told me stories that he sits there. No, we would never. It would always be like, "Oh, this is what RSI does. This is what MACD does." It was basically like a lesson in all the indicators that exist. But it wasn't really like. I mean, there was a strategy. It was just like it was a fib retracement and an EMA crossover. But I think he called it BNB for bread and butter. Pretty original. But yeah, that is like the first dude somebody recommended to me. Touch the white line. No, why didn't you take it? Don't know. I just don't like the way it was coming down here off resistance. Maybe it made sense logically. It was the 1 hour flip bearish. Really want to see how this closes. It's not like, oh, you didn't take it. It's like you get a bullish closure here. That's the, well, on XAU USD, that's a 4-hour closure, right? But that's a pretty strong closure. Right? Next candle is going to make a top wick. The key will be to get in on the bottom wick of this candle, of the next candle. The next 4 hour. This one closes in 20 minutes, right? So still mindful of the 9 p.m. closure. The key, like, here's the deal. The 8 p.m. candle and the 9 p.m. candle are the highest volume candles in the Asian session. Not 100%, but the majority of the time, where like usually typically that's 2 volume candles. The key will be to notice the relationship between the 8 p.m. candle and the 9 p.m. candle. So you need to focus on the current candle that's open right here, and on the next candle, what it does, how this one closes versus how the next one opens. You learn that relationship, you really lock in on this candle and the one that's going to print right here, right next to it, and figure out how they interact with each other. You're going to have a much easier time. Start locking in on them on the smaller time frame, see what they're doing. Because think about it, this session is 2.5 hours long, maybe 3 hours long. You only have really these 2 or 3 candles here, so you got to figure out what they're doing to see if there's range enough for you to play within those 2 or 3 candles, right? Because they might not drive all the way up here, they might not come down all the way down here, but if there's enough range for you to take positions on a smaller time frame and it'll fall in line with the higher time frame, yeah, do it. Just do it. Damn. Yeah, that might have been a good entrance. But if we close bullish, I'll expect to tap these areas again on the next candle bottom wick. Oh, people at the Zoom door again. Gotcha. Well, this doing all right. What's up, Jay? So yeah, if you're in the signals, you're in the Zoom. You're not in the YouTube, so there's no delay. But thing is, I make this private. I don't make this shareable through a link. But I want to see if I can change that right now. If our stream disconnects, you guys know who to blame. Okay, let's go with private. Share privately. No, I want to copy link. Oh, I think I just kicked off everyone else that was watching on YouTube. Sorry. Fuck. I gotta do it before I stream. I don't want to disconnect this shit. I'm fucking around with YouTube. Let's finish this out. Finish this out on Zoom, but remind me. If you can remind me throughout the week. There's got to be a part somewhere where it says copy link, but I don't see it right now. Yeah, I disconnected everyone that was on YouTube, made it private. Try to get a link. Alright, let's see how we close. Let's see how this hourly closes. Let's see how the next hourly starts. You know what I was watching right before I hopped on stream? Penguin. You guys seen that show? Yo, it is good. It's a really good show. They got Colin Farrell playing the Penguin. And it's set in Gotham, but it's got no Batman, got none of that. It's just strictly Penguin and HBO Max. Max, I think it's called Max. Yo, if you're back here, if you got kicked out of YouTube and you're back, drop a like again, because it probably got deleted. Alright, what are you gonna do, Candle? 15 closed bearish. Are we gonna flip here, or are we gonna continue down? Flip on the 30. We're gonna flip on the 15. Maybe both. Here's the flip on the 15. One thing I'm not a big fan of is if this 1 hour closes as a doji candle, because that'll be a closure right at resistance with an indecisive candle. Let's see what happens here. 12 minutes for this 1 hour. What's interesting, for Asian session, the 4 hour on XAU USD and GC1 is identical. And it's only until 9 p.m. because this candle is going to stay open. And on XAU USD, it's a 3 hour candle. So it's open for only 3 hours. From 6 to 9. This candle is going to be open from 6 to 10. So up until 9, it's the same candle. Respect. You also don't want this to happen, right? This flip here and the next candle straight down. No remorse. So we could get that on the 30 here. I'm sorry, on the 1 hour. Flips bearish. Just spoke about this mirror, right? If we're gonna this drive up came from here, so that's where we needed to come down to this area to make a decision, which is where we've come back up to, right? And from here it came down to there. So maybe we retest the highs, which is what I believe will happen. We'll retest the highs one more time and then do that. But if we just start coming down heavy here, we'll wait for a closure and then get in for the rest of the range. Nine minutes for this 1 hour. Flip bearish, bearish. That's delicious. Oh, sorry, people at the Zoom. My bad. My bad. All right, hold on a second. When I started trading, I used to be like, this is fuckery. This was going up. Now it's coming down. It's just gold being gold. And then you see this fuckery all the time, and you're like, all right, it's like standard fuckery. It's a strong breakdown over here. Hold on, let me close the door to my office. Kids are being kids. arguing with a little mini version of myself. It's crazy. She won't take my word for nothing. You gotta experience it on her own. That is a strong push down here. No bottom wick. Light candle on the one. I have a reason for a buy and for a sell here. Yeah, 1 minute is over. She needs to give it to you. Yeah. It's a really weak bullish closure. I don't know. We can make a top wick here and come right back down. Anybody take buys here? I don't know how much I trust them. Well, it's made that top wick. If it comes down now, it makes sense. Before, it didn't make sense. Personally, I want this to break down. It would set up quicker than if we were to start coming up here. Some more waiting involved. But that's what we do anyway, 90% of the time, so nothing new to anyone. Just looking at what would it take for buys to be realized. And for us to take advantage of some buys, we'd need probably break the highs here again of the previous candle, previous 30. It's a tall ask, but we will see. It'd be interesting if this 15 closes now with no top wick. A lot of time still left. Yeah, if we're gonna see some play, it's gonna be at this area. Tall ask might just happen. This thing's dragging. The hourly's got a top wick now. This could just as easily reflip, right? There's some range now that bottom wick's been made here. This is the resistance. You could definitely make this top wick and come right back down, start filling everything. Who drawing on my screen? All right, 50 seconds for this 15 to close. It's not enough for a bottom wick for me. Oh, hold on a second, chat. Sorry. Candles printing side by side over there. You don't want that, right? They're printing side by side. It's too late. see the hourly reflip bearish? Or will it hold bullish? No, I'm not on mute. Just there's no music on Zoom. I haven't fucked around with it too much. I gotta mess around. I spent a whole day messing around with it. I did for a few hours and nothing worked. What is it gonna do here? I'm not 100% sure we're gonna flip here. I think no. I'm talking about the 15 flipping bullish. Yeah, I think we're gonna flip bearish on the hourly. There's 35 minutes left. Either we flip bearish or the hourly closes like this, and then you can kind of base entries off the next hour. This is hard. You don't want to close right like this. You want a breakdown, or you want to drive up. When they're like this next to each other, it's not pretty. You don't want a barcode for an entry. You want a trending market. There we go. Wow, 2 5s in a row, close like this. Why didn't it just flip and drive on the first 2 candles here of this 15? 50 pip drive up. Rainy and windy Asian session with a mug full of hot tea. Lights up a joint. Consolidating? No, I think we're just, you know, in a smaller time frame range. I don't really think it's consolidating. It's moving. It's moved up and down and back up, you know, 60 pips each direction. Even more. 80 pips. This is good. I wanted to push. I wanted to drive before I get in it. Got a minute here. Make sure you guys don't dip too. I'll do a giveaway for the Zoom before we close out. It's gonna be in about a half hour, maybe like 40 minutes. All right, the 30 just closed. Remember I said this area right here across the board might be an issue. Look, this candle, once you got a closure there, it came straight down, never flipped. Right here. $15 closed bearish. Wow. Look at these 5-minute candles. Nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. If what? I typically look at the highest closure we get during the stream, which is the 4 hour. Right? Yeah, 4 hour, or if you have closures against you. So if you're in a buy, if you have bearish closures breaking support, closing below the range, disrespecting support, so where the chances of you coming back up get lower, right? It's probably going to go drive down to the next support. So if you're in a buy, unless you have a really good entry and have really good pineapples planned out beforehand, so you can understand where you can manage risk. Most of the time, I'm not looking to close a position when we break highs or lows the other way. You know, I'm looking for either closures or really a higher time frame range. It doesn't necessarily have to be a candle high. Yeah, you might get a closure against you, but you're still ahead probability wise because of whatever level it respected, right? Say you're in a buy and you get a bearish closure, right? You might get a bearish closure that's above support. Even if it's a 4-hour closure, then it still makes sense for you to be in a buy. It's really situational, right? Each situation's individually approached, but that's why to get a good feel for it, you just gotta show up, spend time on the charts. Not random time, just same time every single day. I think the most positions I ever ran at the same time must have been 16. No, it was 7 pineapples and one initial entry. It was just 16 total positions. You don't have to have leverage for 16. Have leverage for 6, 7. It's very rare that you'll see like 5 or 6 pineapples. We see like maybe 2 to 3 pineapples if we're in drawdown, but not all the time. A lot of times we get sniper entries just without any drawdown, right? But we tend to make more on the pineapples because once it starts heading our way, it just piles up. Yeah, let everybody in. No stop loss gain? Yeah, I don't trade with a stop loss. It's just, I'll be on the charts, right? I'm gonna do everything manually. I'm gonna be fluid with the market to see if it's printing against me, for me, how I'm gonna average out my probabilities after every closure. So just doesn't make sense for me to put stops or a target. That's why people on Instagram, they don't understand. They see a reel and they see like a whole big ass stop. It's like I just move it up so people don't think we have a stop at that area. It's just infinite until I say stop. The fun don't stop. TP too. Sometimes it's some like wild out of this world target. I really don't like how we're printing. This isn't good. How do you start your charts? Yeah, you know, top-down analysis, and then I really like to do the levels off the higher time frame, but sometimes like the 15 and the 30 will line up better than the higher time frame. Like for example, right here, right, we're kind of mid candle here on the hourly, right? But on the 15, just this level lined up perfectly, right? Across the board, it just lined up, and then look, that's exactly what we rejected. Even though that's not a level over here on the hourly, really. There's no closures there. Yeah, people always got so many questions, but they never ask them on stream. It's always in like DMs later. Get a whole bunch of DMs about the trades taken on stream, but whenever there's a stream, it's Friday mode. Friday mode for chat. Oh yeah, yeah, accidentally. Hey, 10 pips is 10 pips. Not according to plan. If it was according to plan, you wouldn't be shitting bricks. You would be maybe just chilling. Even a loss according to plan probably be better for your psyche than a win that you had to shit bricks through. Have a seat. Yeah, I don't look at the NAS, but it's tough to trade in the Asian. Like, it's not open. Yeah. Volume, volume. Hold on a second, gang. Oh, Zoom door. Gotcha. What you don't want to do is deviate from the plan, right? Sometimes you'll sit here and it's just not printing, and you start taking trades that aren't part of the plan, and then it's a slippery slope, right? You take that, you take it another time, and then, like, you know, 3-4 trades later, you forgot what the plan is because now you're so, you know, you're in this spiral. Sometimes you're just locked in. Sometimes you're locked in on buys when, you know, all day when it's put into sell. Sometimes, but yeah, within a range, it's like, oh, we're breaking out now, buy, breaking out now, sell, buy, sell, and it's like, just in general, it's not necessarily in a range. Just some things that aren't according to plan. Like you'll think you'll see something, and then you'll take that a few times in a row, get burnt, and you're like, fuck, what the fuck was the plan even? Like, wasn't there a better plan that just worked all the time? Now why am I taking these losses? It's just, you get lost in the sauce. You know, start doubting yourself. What was that? Yeah, you didn't need to be part of it, right? Like, if your plan printed earlier, you're like, damn, if I seen that, I would have taken it, but it never printed, and just don't take it. Avoid it. I know it's easy to say, right? Just avoid it. Yeah. I can avoid everything. I used to hate those advice when I was just learning. Just, you need to avoid that. Like, what do you mean? That's where I'm making money. It's like, no, that's where you're losing money. I need to see an indication of volume. And that would be either to break above this resistance or to break the most recent support here, right? From where we are right now, there's a level here. We're able to tap it, which we just did with the previous candle top wick, right? The current 30 top wick tapped this area. We're able to break down now and start closing below the most recent support here. I will look to finish out the range to the bottom side. But it's just side by side. So we'll trade the after effects of news. I'm not going to trade specifically the news drop, probably until the inauguration. But we'll trade the after effects of news. Wow, Turpy. Good shit. Not in terms of like the positions and profits, in terms of understanding where the market has to touch before making another decision. No, I have it to watch for tonight. That's so funny. Perfect. Yeah, no, I'm gonna watch the original. Russian. Yeah, but I think Lex Friedman speaks Russian. Oh, so maybe he spoke Ukrainian, which I can understand, but I can't speak it. Yeah, it's a big thing. Like even there's a lot of like Russian speakers in Ukraine, right? And it's like very taboo, like frowned upon to even listen to Russian music. Right? Yeah, yeah. No, I have it. I just saw that it dropped earlier today while I was watching Penguin, so I have it saved for tonight. Like, because the podcast, I fall asleep to pod. I lay down with a head, you know, with a earphone and or at the gym. Yeah, just something that doesn't need visuals, right? So like if it's a movie, yeah, obviously I watch it. But podcasts, I just turn it on, you know, put it in my ear and go to bed. Lex's last podcast was very interesting. Right before Zelensky, he had this physicist on. I forgot his name. Yeah, I'm gonna listen to it tonight. 5 minutes for this 1 hour. That's not bad. Really, you'd expect the next candle to make a top wick here. Closing above the most recent. There's range to go on the 4 hour. This is our 4 hour closure. You finished eating? All right. I have 5 more minutes. What was that? 5 minutes. Hang on. Turn on Disney for 5 minutes. Okay?
Wait, where does it have a button?
What was that?
Where does that have a button?
Why does that have a button?
So where does it?
Where does that? You can't press it. This is my.
No. Like, oh, that metal thing.
It's not metal. It's rubber.
What does it do?
It vibrates it. Shakes it. Yeah, so I don't have to do it. I will tomorrow. Okay? 1 minute here. Lock in here, gang. We might have positions. As long as this hourly closes with a top wick, I think there's a high likelihood we have positions on the next hourly opening. That's ugly. Why did that come back? What's going on? Where's the candle? What the fuck was that? Did it take 20 seconds for it to just pop up? Yeah, I need a bottom wick. We get a bottom wick here. 26.56. Yeah, I would expect some kind of top wick here. Chat, I'm gonna take a buy right here. Just took a buy right as we tapped this line. So the 4-hour, this is a 4-hour closure on futures, the hourly close. There's a resistance there, but I would expect at some point to come up still, re-break the highs, especially with the 4-hour top wick left here. I think there's another area, possible area for pineapples. Okay, close in half my position right there at 11 pips, 12 pips. moving stops to break even, making this a risk-free trade. And let's see. You know what? I'm gonna close full right here. So, congrats. I just closed full as we started filling this previous wick, and that's a W. We waited all evening. Congrats, everybody. 21 pips combined. 21 total pips. Hold on a second. Oh wow, what a perfect closure. Came right back down. See, we started filling the previous wick. Just doesn't make sense to hold here. If it drives through, great. We'll take it once it pushes heavily, right? But over here, it just doesn't make sense. Grab your pips and run. W. 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 I still come up. Might re-break the lows, create a steeper bottom wick, and still come up. Right? Look at this 4 hour. This is a steep top wick to fill. It just might need a steeper bottom wick first. My issue is it flipped already, created this top wick, and then came right back down to our entry. Right? We had a sniper entry on there. So yeah, I wouldn't retake this position or take another trade in this area. I would wait for it to actually smash the high or the low. W, congrats. That is 61 wins in a row. Let's update the record. Let's do a raffle, or let's do our giveaway. It's 21. All right, my daughter's over here tapping me on the shoulder. Let's go, let's go, let's go. 275. Okay. Oh, I saw the last thing, the last kingdom. It was pretty good. I am Uhtred, son of Uhtred. Oh. I'm Wix, son of Wix. Yo, let's do the giveaway here. Yeah, word. Uhtred of Bebenberg. Hold on. Let's. Yeah, if you're on the YouTube side, hop onto the Zoom side. Hop on the Zoom side. We're gonna do a giveaway for everyone that's on the Zoom. All right, hold on a second. Let's give me 1 minute. I know. Hold on. All right, gang. Here we go. I set it up. Let's go. Everybody, just type your name in. No. Hold on. Don't type anything else. Don't type anything else in the chat, in the Zoom chat, except your name. All right, so I could just copy and paste them all together. Is that everybody? Final call. Don't worry, it's not going to miss your name. You don't have to type it twice. Okay. Okay. Okay, here we go. List of people from my Zoom chat. Please put them in a list where everyone only gets one entry. Show me the list before you do a random drawing giveaway. Who the fuck is W? Anybody doesn't see their name? Javier, you're in there twice. Should be 24 entries. Wait 1 second. Wait, how are you in there twice? Oh, you misspelled it. That's why I gave you a separate entry. And Babbitt. Like, I'm almost done, sweetie. Let me do this, and then we'll go. Suraj twice. Come on, this is why I wanted everyone just to comment their name once. Who the fuck is W? Okay, that looks, for the most part, that looks correct. Right? Yeah, sometimes people don't recognize that it switched. I used to do that all the time. Okay, are we adding names? I think we're good. All right. Let's go. Let's roll this. 3, 2, 1. The winner is CH. Who the fuck is CH? Where you at? Where you at, CH? Where are you at? Congratulations, you won. Where are you? Type something or comment. Oh, that's you right there. Perfect. Yo, DM me on Instagram. Right? DM me, or if your name is not CH on Instagram, DM me in the Discord or in the Zoom. No. What's your tell me right here. What's your Instagram name? Type it in the chat so I know who to look out for, what message to look out for. I think it's the first time he won. What's your Instagram name, bro? It's coming down, huh? Nice. Nice. Oh, this is lovely. This is what we wanted to see. Be careful though. The 4-hour does not really have a top wick. Very minor. I would want this to break all the lows here. Once it starts breaking the lows, especially if it breaks these wicks down here, you can start looking for sells. Yo, CH, what's your Instagram name? Write it in the chat. Let's go for another W. It's late. You see my daughter right here? Just hanging on my shoulder. She's just literally pulling at my elbow. Let's go to bed. Let's go to bed. Alright. CH, I need you to give me your IG name so I can give you your account. Twin 44. Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't supposed to read. My bad. It was a private message. It came up in my chat. Yo, so now that I know your name, DM me from that profile. DM me from that profile on Instagram with your full name and your email, and you'll receive a confirmation of credentials in your email within a day or two. So just and a screenshot that you follow the IG and you're sub to YouTube, plus your name and your email, and I'll send you the 25K account. All right. I think it's a challenge. Who's taken it before? Eddie. It's a challenge. Eddie won one before, yeah. To what? It's very unnatural for me at this point. It's a good drop. Now I want to be on here for this if this continues down, but all right, kiddo, hold on. Yeah, we got a W on a buy on this current candle. You tell that to somebody, be like, where the fuck in here did you buy? Nothing but bearish movement. Why is my mouse skipping? I was gonna say it's like that right now. Earlier in the day, she was just giving me hell. I was arguing with her. She's talking. She's like, no. Yeah. Whatever I said earlier today, she's like, no. I really want to close below 26.53. I want to close over here because we've pushed up from this area, right? We can find support and continue on our merry way up. But just because the daily flips right now doesn't mean it's going to drive. It can come down and flip and then come back up, grab a steeper wick. You got a whole day to go, right? In terms of, like, that's enough of a daily wick, but it doesn't mean it's going to drive down here. I think it'll drive down because we can still flip, break the low, bounce off the support, and come right back up. Bounce off 50. So if the daily closed below probably this area, right where we are below 53, then I'd be like, all right, the flip takes us to the next support, but we're above support right now, so daily can flip and come right back up. The smaller time frame is going to determine that, or we'll start seeing it happen on the smaller time frame. There's 20 seconds for this 30. How big was this rip down? That much. 40 pips. Never broke the low of the previous candle, so kind of keeping with structure, right? Everything was making higher highs, higher lows. Still made a higher low here, right? And remember, this was a 4-hour bottom wick here. Look, the previous 4-hour closed bullish, right? So this can definitely flip, and there's support here that it can hold. That's why I said I'd want a steeper push through, because that way I could say, all right, we're below the previous candle lows. We get a top wick, we got a good entry here in case the market breaks down, right? So there's a possibility. If this candle, wait, hold on, don't hit my hand, hold on. If this was like this, you know, top wick entry, these areas from where you come down before, and then if you're wrong, highly likely at next candle, if this one closes bullish, we'll give you a bottom wick. But most of the time, you're gonna get this, and you're gonna have a really good entry for runners. If you get this and it doesn't come up any higher. If it does come up higher and then it starts flipping, you can probably close out the worst positions, and the best one, hold it, because you're gonna break down here. You're gonna break down to the next support. I would need a top wick, and I would still need disclosure to be heavily bearish. That's a 4-hour. On the 1 hour, you see how still need it to break the previous hourly low. Yeah, I think the hourly is going to be the key here. It's really going to be either the hourly, or you're going to see a lot of, wait, stop, hold on. You're going to see a lot of volume come down. So in New York session, you probably see this, and then a pull back up to these areas, right? As you start seeing this, you have range to fill, you close below the most recent, right? Not the overall, but if you make a top wick to these areas, you have ideal entry because you have range to fill to the flip, right? About 30 pips. And then you have range below there, which if you flip after, you know, after tapping this higher time frame resistance, filling out the range, leaving some range with this bottom wick, if you're taking this top wick entry and you flip, you're heading down here. And that, maybe not in one candle, but that'll bring you down, and it'll fall in line with this higher time frame resistance here, and it'll also fall in line with the daily flip, right, to now start coming down. But you want the smaller time frames to be your first indication of that. Shit, we might get it. We might get it closer to the hourly close. I think we might take this to the signal channel. I just don't want to sit here for another 25 minutes. I think within 25 minutes I could put my daughter to bed. I see you. I see you. Huh? You want to go now? All right, let's go. Oh man. Well, it's breaking down. It's breaking down. All right, hold on. Once it breaks these wicks to the left here, right here, which I think it will, these wicks right here to the left, careful, wrong hand, lay down on this hand. Yeah, once it breaks these wicks to the left here, I will look for the market to pull back up to these areas, 26.53.3. Could break and plummet, but if it breaks and pulls back up, there we go. I think we're breaking right now. Yeah, we just broke it. So if we're able to pull back up to this area, I will take a sell, even if it's on this candle before the hourly closure. And that area is just where we have a resistance and the market's come down from before, and we have a previous support that's turned resistance. Right here used to be a support, turned resistance, came down over here. So let's see how this pulls up here. Looks a bit different here. Yeah, I would still look for it here. It would just be here, 41 probably. Yeah, around 41.7.8 areas. Yeah. This candle needs to close with the bottom wick, but we might not even wait for a closure here. No worries, no worries. This 5, how's that looking? 5 had no bottom wick. Right at these wicks. Oh, we hear you, Jay. It's not that I don't want to go. I just enjoy you telling me, let's go, and bugging me.
Let's go.
What's up?
Go. Let's 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 go. Ooh. Boom, 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 boom.
Why do you say it's pulling up?
Blah, 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 blah.
Well, here's what I see. I see us respecting resistance, the higher time frame resistance, right? And well, on the 30 we respected it. We tried to come up, never broke the high, and now we're breaking the support again after bouncing off a higher time frame resistance. I say with momentum, we should be able to retest the low, whatever low this candle makes, wherever that ends up being, whether it's here or down here, whatever low this candle makes, we should retest it. It just would not make sense for the next candle to now start breaking the high up here. There's no catalyst, there's no news, and there's really no level to drive off from here. It would have to come down here. It would have to come down to support. And if it's coming down, whatever low this is going to make, it's going to retest it before making the decision to come back up. I just don't know if we'll get that closure. See the fives back up. New York session, I'm probably entering right here as we pulled back right at this area to come down, break the lows. But we're out of the volume time, and it's Asian session. It's not like we're right after New York. There's still volume left over. It's after Asian. So I don't know if we'll drive through here or we just kind of range in this area and then pop up again. Yeah, the steeper this drives, the likelier the sells are. The steeper this drives down, you just want to be able to trade off the pullback.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. You're like the donkey in Shrek, you know?
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
I was always jealous of Shrek because he had his own talking donkey
Let's go.
until I got my own.
Let's go.
Right here.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Hold on. I might have position.
So, let's go. Let's go.
You've been here for like an hour telling me to let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Ah.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Later than I'm gonna probably head out in about 3 minutes, depending on how this closes. Later. See you in the AM. Yeah, we'll be live. I think tomorrow 7:30 is doable. Try to be on at 7:30. Cause I think we're gonna start seeing some more volume as the year opens up right now. Maybe the first week or two, not as much, but then the candles will start getting bigger. All right, seat 2 minutes. Seat says 240, and then we'll make the decision. Either you stay up or where we go.
Stay up. I'm gonna stay up.
You're gonna stay up? Yeah, until you hit the bed, and then you're like,
Nah.
is that Kaya?
Nah. No, I stay up. I stay up every time.
Hard to stay up for the Asian session? Yeah, I feel you.
want to stay up. So I'm gonna stay up.
Yeah, all right.
Yay.
What's the best way I can learn support resistance? Go off the higher time frames. On lower time frames, no. Higher time frames better. See, I don't have, there's levels in between here, right? In between these areas on the smaller time frames. Just in the higher time frames.
Let's go.
You know, they're not as relevant. I really try to ignore like the 5 and 15 levels in the grand scheme of things, right? When we get a volume push, the higher time frame levels will fill. Ow.
Let's go.
I heard you.
Well, let's go right now. Let's go right now.
We got 50 seconds. Can you come count down from 50 seconds? Right there, 50 seconds. See? 46, 45.
Let's go. Who didn't see that? Now you know all the secrets.
Oh, you know this? You know this episode?
Yeah. I know the truth is out there. Dinosaurs are aliens are among us. The presidents are
All
among
right,
us.
yeah, so. All right,
Anyways, let's
gang.
go.
All right, hold on. So here's the deal. I was looking for a top wick off this 15, but we began.
The deal is to go.
All right, hold on. The deal is to go. I'm like, here's the deal. She's like, the deal is to go. So here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna wait this hourly through. I wanted a top wick on this candle. First thing we did was, hold on, baby. I'm sorry.
Angry emoji.
All right. They heard you. First thing we did was fill this wick, which is our range. This is our
Angry
advantage.
emoji.
Please, let me finish talking so I can go to bed with you. Right? First thing we did was fill our advantage point. So once we filled this and start coming up and making a top wick, I don't have a guarantee that we're going to come back down again because that's the advantage. Now, the hourly, 13 minutes from now, same thing. You're going to get that closure below. Ideally, it drives through further. If it doesn't, it's okay. Once you get that closure, you want a top wick first. I'm probably not looking at this area then. I'm probably looking a bit steeper for entry. I'm probably looking right here.
Let's go.
Right?
Let's go.
Depending how this closes. So lock in. We might have a position in 13 minutes, but I got to make sure my daughter goes to bed. So gang, I'll definitely see you tomorrow, 7:30. Lock in for the hourly if I'm around. If I'm here and we close.
Emoji.
All right. Let's go. That's it. I can't handle you anymore. Let's go. Time to bed. No, it's mute time. Mute time. Gang.
Angry emoji.
All right.
I want to be on you.
All right. I need you to wait though. Hold on. Wait. You want to go to bed or you don't want to go to bed? Let me finish, please. Okay. Thank you. Let me finish. Wait for the hourly. If we have a nice bottom wick and we open up with a top wick, we'll have some positions. This is a strong bearish drive. I'll expect a retest of whatever low this candle makes. Right? But the key will be the hourly closure. All right. In about 12 minutes from now, there might be a possible signal. I'll make sure to look at it if it sets up. if it doesn't, then I'll see you guys just tomorrow, 8 a.m., 7:30. Be a little early. All right, I'll try to be early too. But that's our session. Thank you, gang, for spending it with me. Congrats to everybody that caught that dub. Congrats to CH for on the 25K account. Yeah, for sure, for sure. I love the fact that there were some questions today. People usually are really quiet. Yeah, our last loss was November 27th. That's pretty crazy. It was a great way to end the year. Undefeated December. Yeah. We took over 50 trades in December. Yeah. For Asian session, we used to average like 2 to 3 a week. To probably have by the end of the month, probably would have had like, you know, I don't know, 7, 10 trades. So a lot more opportunity, much more catalysts to create volume and drive. Yeah, I mean, I've always traded New York. I've never, you know, until I started live streaming it, I've never kept a record for it. Yeah, the record would have been way higher if we streamed the first, because for 2 years we streamed Asian only, right? So. All right, yeah, let's call it a session. Let's wait on this hourly, and if we close the way we need to, I'll have a position. If not, I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, gang, love and wisdom to you all. I'll see you guys in the New York session. I'm gonna go put my kid to bed.
I want to go to it.
I know you want to go to bed. All right.
Can I stay up?
All right. Good night, everybody. Good night. Good night. Good
Could I
night. See you
stay
tomorrow.
up? But could I stay up?
61 wins in a row. W. Later.
Can I stay up?
Can I stay up? No, everyone's going to bed. See, the whole stream is going
I
to bed.
want to stay up.
All
I
right.
want to stay
All right.
up.
Good night, everybody.
I'm the only one.